The water does kind of prevent a decent amount of light coming in. However, you're able to see it's dimly lit. And it looks really out of place now that you're in here because it's like smooth ass stone walls kind of just like built into a recessed area of the waterfall. There's like big glass panels, obviously like windows that would look out. Who's hopping down next?
I'll go next.
Alrighty. Anna, you can give me a roll to hop down. 8. Okay. You hop down and you get drenched and it kind of yanks a bit hard. It hurts a bit as the rope's starting to tighten around your waist. And when you reach like the end of your, I guess the opposite of an apex, when you reach like the base of your fall, it kind of like swings you upward. And you're like hurtling towards like the top of this like landing area. And you might like bump the ceiling. Roll me another quick save. Crow, you can try to help out if you want to.
Sure, yeah.
19.
I only got a 6 to help.
All right. You realize your best bet is to just fucking let go as you're kind of like swinging inward. You do, and you tumble in, but you don't smack your head against the stone ceiling essentially. But you tumble in and you're soaked as you like stop just at Crow's feet. I'm gonna roll dice just to make sure that we don't have to have all of you roll for this situation. All I need to know is who's going last.
I'll make sure everyone gets down.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone hops down and gets in. Some a little more graceful than others. And Osprey, when you pull the rope up to tie yourself in and hop down, roll me a perception.
6.
All right. This rope looks great. Give it a try.
Best rope ever. Rope 2020. Yeet. I hopped down.
Alrighty. You reach the base of your jump and you hear where the rope is kind of like catching at like its angle. It's just been rubbing and scraping, and you hear it and you look up and you see it start to unfurl. You're swinging downward. You're swinging downward, and you're going to be about 15 feet too low and smack into the side of the wall unless you act quickly. Who would have a good perception? I'm going to say I'm going to give it to Zizix because he's a robot. You see the rope starting to break as Osprey is like descending on the other side. You're muted, Alex.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, unmuted. I said fucking A. Okay, here's the cliff, right? This is like where everyone's standing. This is open space. I I see that he's unfurling. I go to the edge and clamp into to like this angle and extend my body outward. Imagine this is my head. And I try to catch him, and like when he hits me, I retract to like absorb the force.
All right. Why don't you both roll, and if you can both together beat a 16, you safely get him in.
I got a 9.
Got an 11, baby.
Nice.
Do it. And
Inertia protocol.
you see the rest of the party, you see Zizix kind of like approach the waterfall and just like stick out. You see one leg clamped in, but you just see him hanging out on the other side of the waterfall.
It looks exactly uncannily like the helicopter situation.
Yes.
Oh shit, I know where this is going. Run over to ground.
Yeah, the first thing I did.
And Osprey, just as you're like about to smack the wall and the rope snaps, you feel like a pull upward as Zizix just catches you and starts yanking you up and inward. The two of you are drenched as you pull him in. And
Should really be more careful.
I give you a poke on the chest. I go, I don't know who you are, but you know what? You're a good fucking robot. You know, we need to work on some of those protocols because you need to have some self-preservation. You almost died. That's crazy.
What is that?
Osprey, he saved you.
What is death? Eats random objects.
How good are your firewall protocols? I'm about to give you some self-preservation, you son of a bitch.
Upgrades will be appreciated.
Can I expend a hack and give him self-preservation?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Will
He-
to live and self-preservation protocols.exe.
He connects
What
to
is
you.
this live?
Zizix, he connects to you, and suddenly you have like the computational equivalent of like anxiety.
Who are you people? Why are you looking at me? Why am I naked?
Oh, there
Like,
goes
cover
Jack in
myself
the
in
Ruined a
Paris.
perfectly good robot.
A moment ago,
Stick it on my crotch.
Gave it anxiety.
a moment ago, it was just success and failure chance that you were programming, but now it's like success, but what is my quality of life afterward? Essentially.
Yeah. And there are so many like splinter realities, so it's just constantly like,
You start thinking
Overlord,
about
overlord.
Robot anxiety.
you start thinking about what it would be like if you were a mother. You go to pause for a second.
Climate change is real.
Before you are these massive steel doors. They look flush with the stone around them. They look sleek. Keepers are pristine in their work. Think of them like if dwarves were like super scientific as opposed to like building big castles in mountains.
So Germans.
I guess so, yeah.
Here.
Hello. The doors stand before you. You notice that there is a panel with buttons and figures kind of on it. And what do you folks want to do?
Chance number 2 to break something. I want to plug into that shit, except now I'm trying to do it real cool because now I like want everyone to think I'm like impressive because I have like self-awareness.
Super fly robot.
So I get like this really cool probe and it's like all these LEDs and I'm like, oh yeah. And I plug it right on in, all smooth like.
Oh shit.
Sexual healing plays.
I'm
I'm playing like an 8-bit. Okay, I got a 7 though, so fuck me.
What is
But
he
you looked
doing?
cool doing it. That's what's important.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Is that too loud?
Failed with style.
Can't hear it.
How's that?
Can you hear it?
Can't hear it?
I can't hear it.
I hear it.
The problem is, Zach, is that sometimes it's really loud and sometimes it's really quiet. It doesn't
Yes,
seem like there's a good middle ground.
Anytime
I'm
anyone
gonna-
other than you speak, Zach, it gets
Yeah.
muted more.
Yeah,
And
when
then
you,
when you speak alone with nobody else, it's super loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right now it's good. So
Yeah, but the second one of us stops, then it's Zach.
why don't you talk for like 30 seconds just to see how it is?
All right, I'll just explain the scene then, I guess, 'cause that's something I should.
Now you're really hard to hear.
Now you're
Oh,
super
Now
muted.
you are quiet relative to the
Can I turn it
background.
up somehow?
Yeah, lower the
You've
background.
reversed it.
You could also have somebody else who's in the call who you feel comfortable playing music, play the music. And
Sure. I mean, if you.
that could work. Not one of us, but like somebody else who's not really.
I think it makes sense for Zach to do it like as long as the audio is lower, as long as the music is lower, because then it's kind. I thought it was kind of cool. Like when he's describing the scene, that's when the music like comes up.
Yeah.
It can't come up too high, right?
Okay. How's this currently? Is the music good and my voice okay?
good.
Yeah, it's
Right.
good.
Y'all can hear music?
I know the thumb disappeared for a moment. Like,
For those of you interested, this song is called Gravitation Slingshot by the artist Goblin Mode. The song's fucking dope, Alex. Okay. Roll me some dice to try to hack your way in. Zizix.
It's eyes. The fucking 2, dude. The music's too groovy.
Yeah.
Wait, can this be playing out of my speakers while I'm like
Yeah, sure. Perfect.
Wow, this thing actually really knows a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty good robot.
Zizix, you attempt to hack in, and you're met with passwords you don't recognize, information you don't recognize. You are not keeper tech, so a lot of the information that you're getting is just not meshing with your programming.
Yeah.
You have one attempt to hack again. Otherwise, there will be a security lockout.
Hey, Osprey, why don't you go help him? I know this is something you do.
Yeah, I was about to.
I mean, he looks like he's got it. I don't know.
I look like at first I was real cool, and now I'm like getting really nervous and like twitchy.
Honestly, I don't think
You know what? On second thought, Osprey, you probably should.
Yeah, they're
What
like,
did you do to the poor
shaking all
guy?
over the place.
I saw you interface with him. What
Yeah.
did you do?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I'm asking you.
this is why you
Who
shouldn't
did it?
just randomly jack into dudes.
Shut up.
Stop jacking in dudes.
You have
Come on
no
now.
place to talk, cowboy.
All right, so he's getting freaked out. He's like, ah! He goes, "Ooh," and like you see like an arc of electricity like below down the cable, and the thing goes, "Phew," and I rolled a 16.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
You don't really hack your way in, but you kind of like hotwire the door for a quick second. And does anyone have hack uses left over?
I used the only one to give him anxiety.
Wait, you only have one hack?
Fucking
I only have one
techno
hack.
now.
I also have one hack.
Oh,
Pendleton would be so disappointed if he knew that.
I will lift up my sword and say, I can hack.
no.
No.
The screen kind of like blinks for a second and has non-keeper code showcasing. I'm gonna say it's whoever built Zizix. Zizix, who built you other than the Keepers of Eden? Pick another faction.
I'm gonna say it was like a random like scavenger vagabond person that just grabbed a whole bunch of different tech and like would build robots to protect himself, and he built one robot to be sort of like something to like collect information from the outside world, and
And
that's
his name
what
was
resulted.
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Crow, you recognize the language that's being depicted on the screen right now. It's weird ass vagabond bullshit. A little bit of
shit.
here, a little bit of.
So
of
there are actually vagabond symbols.
There you
That is
go.
actually a thing.
You pick
And
up.
he would know him.
You pick up on a few if you want to attempt to hack, and if you expend a use, you can do it
Oh.
with advantage.
So when I said I had hack, I was making a pun based off of a sword. I don't actually have hack.
Oh,
I am not a techie guy.
you recognize symbols, and you're like, I could chop those in half.
I probably have a hack. I wrote down a few skills, but I don't think they're actually using. You get 120 points, right, to build your dude.
This song.
How much is a hack? Does anyone know off the top of their head how much a hack
15
costs?
points.
Yeah.
You can
Oh
have
yeah,
a,
then I
you-
can.
Yeah, you can have a hack. It's not that OP of a skill.
Word.
Well, it can be. I mean,
It depends.
yeah. But the best skill in the game is parlay, and I don't give a fuck what anyone else has to say.
No, you're absolutely right. I need that
it
skill.
is. Parlay is
Uh-huh.
very strong. Always stab the parlay guy first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I gotta load this music just for my own attention span.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got
Weirdly,
DJ
just
Cowboy in
getting
the house.
louder.
This just has like FTL vibes to me. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's literally. I was playing that game when I wrote this.
Nice.
Awesome.
You nailed it because I just feel like
Yeah.
I'm playing FTL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, you hack your way in. The doors pop open. For the first time since you guys have been like fucking within like 100 miles of this place, a cool air greets you.
Oh, let me get me in there right now. I'm so sick of this humidity. Fuck
Oh
this.
shit, the keeper's got AC.
I just got used to the heat.
But I really like the forest.
I look
Fine,
over at
stay
Oscar
out
and
here,
he's probably
Jesus.
sweating buckets and be like, no, you didn't.
I like these nice mosquitoes.
I mean, I'm
Very
already wet.
nice.
However, once you enter, Crow, your device recognizes that you've entered the rendezvous point, and then the screen kind of flickers and shuts off.
Oh shit.
A few of you, anyone other than Zizix, have tech on them.
Yeah.
It kind of like flickers for a bit. It seems like this building that you're in has like some kind of built-in like safety mechanism to try to like dampen signal. You even in like the shittiest parts of the homeland, you have at least like a quarter of a bar. Osprey, you don't detect anything as far as the web is concerned.
All right.
So the facility that you're in is able to prevent outside signal from coming in.
There's a fuck. Is this what it used to be like? Shit, no ads. This is kind of nice.
You get ads on that shit?
Yeah, there's this one Raid Shadow Legends. Anyways,
Sounds like a fun game. You should tell me more later.
Osprey always clicks to find horny singles in his area.
yeah. Actually, our first web run, that I did it.
Yeah, perfect. Wait, did you get attacked by the virus?
Yep.
Then? Awesome. That's cool.
It was so good.
Wait, aren't you the one that you fucking gave me anxiety? You probably accidentally downloaded like a Farmville app.
Congratulations, you have NordVPN.
That's why I have anxiety. I'm afraid my fucking raspberries are gonna dry up.
Here's my berries.
That's not how Raspberry Pis work.
Hey. Everyone worries when their raspberries dry up.
You ever had dry raspberries? Ugh.
Not a good look.
How are we doing on time? All right. Not too bad. We're approaching the final scenes. If I can keep this like this, actually, like a 3-hour session, not so bad. Okay. You continue onward, and it's comforting to see the absence of life because of how wild the forest was and how overgrown it is. Like seeing these like vacant computer screens, they're not on, but being met with unnatural light is almost like comforting for a moment.
How dusty are they?
It's pretty airtight. They're a little dusty, but not as bad as it would be if they were not an airtight facility, essentially. However, I'm trying to think of who would have the highest perception. I'm going to say Anna. Due to your minigun, and it's probably a good idea to like have a pretty decent perception if you live in the scum pits.
Yep.
And if you rely on guns, that is. Roll me perception.
9.
Okay. You are able to pick up on the fact that like as you're walking down like the halls of this like vast like facility, cameras are following you. You see them kind of like round the corners with you as you do, and the next down at the end of the hall. Something is keeping track of you. That's all you're really able to assess from here. This is the place that's supposed to have your mechs. And it's big. If you guys want to find exactly where they are, you're going to have to either just explore the facilities or figure out another way. So,
I really want to be like 20 feet tall, encased in metal. Like let's find these things.
I mean, that's cool, but I don't mind scavenging the place. Let's see what else is around while we're looking.
Are we already encased in metal right now?
I mean, fair,
Nah.
but not the good kind.
I'm going to keep my eye out for any goodies along the way.
okay.
My scavenging instincts.
Sure.
I'm definitely looking around, like trying to understand how the technology here works, like what it's powered by, what its purpose is, all that kind of information.
All right. Zizix, why don't you roll me first to try to assess, I guess, the infrastructure of the facility.
Scanning infrastructure. 3.
Yeah.
3 what?
3.
Osprey, you broke it.
I didn't break shit. He was broken before.
I'm like walking.
Osprey, he scrambled his brains.
So Zizix,
Welcome to
keepers
mortality.
Keepers are, aside from, I'm not going to name who, aside from a group, keepers are probably the best at like cybersecurity. So it's hard for you to really like assess much. The only thing you're able to figure out is that the power that's coming to this building isn't central to this building. It doesn't have like its own reactor or something. There's something feeding power to the building from outside. Crow, you can roll me to try to find some useful stuff.
Ooh. Just straight roll or with advantage?
What skill might you have that would give you advantage?
The scavenger background?
Yeah, you can do it with advantage.
Cool. 18 is the high roll.
Damn. Okay. There's as you're kind of like looking at like the occasional like desk that you find, you figure out that you're probably at like the level that you're on is probably like the central hub. When people get to work in this facility, they probably meet up here and go to different areas. You find like copper wire, you find gold inside of like the computer pieces and stuff. You find like an intact computer. You don't know when the last time is that you've seen an intact computer, aside from like envy. But
I will put that in my backpack, bug out bag, whatever it is.
Cool. You just take the tower, pop it right in.
I'll take as much as I can fit in there.
Or are you just stealing computers?
Right of scavenging, bro. It's how you survive the apocalypse.
Guns and prostitution.
Well, some of us aren't so fancy.
Ah.
I got the guns as I'm just shoving random things in my pockets. Like, I'm clearly not the best at scavenging when he's around.
Yeah. You grab a mouse. Osprey, you specifically grab a mouse with a ball instead of a laser.
Look, I got it. I swear to God. I have an extra one. I'm bringing it to next game.
You grab a trackball without the mouse.
Those hard-boiled eggs.
Those hard-boiled, yeah. I have to boil me some eggs to get this mouse working.
I'm gonna say chronic.
Yep.
You can't explain it, but you get like a sudden sense of being watched, and you feel uncomfortable. Why don't you roll me some dice to investigate that feeling a bit further?
Got it. That and usually in like homeland stuff, I'm wearing, or at least if we're doing some sort of thing in Metro, I'm wearing like stuff to make it so that computer things don't recognize a face.
Yeah, you have two silver circles on your cheeks.
Like one here, one here.
Yeah. No Apple product will ever have you logged.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can't do that with a beard anyways, but
I'm literally taking notes on the loop.
Yeah, keep track of it because I will forget.
Oh shit. Chronic, you got a rainbow flower.
7.
Yeah, you can't quite place it, but you're feeling uncomfortable. Trusting your instincts especially in the scum pits is something that like you have to do because everything's fucking dangerous there. However, normally you would just have to smell for the right smells or listen for the right sounds, but like here it's just like something's watching you can't quite place it. Crow, your radar thing kind of like buzzes in your pocket as if you were waiting in line at a restaurant, and it's sending a signal out, and for a quick second while it has power, you see that there's a fuck ton of lights honing in on your direction, on your location.
Oh shit! I think this thing is telling people we're here.
what? We need to move.
It also denotes that you are. It also denotes that you are only about 30 feet above the rendezvous point proper. So you're inside the facilities, and somewhere inside you need to get 30 feet down to get to where you're supposed to be.
Oh, all right. Let's find some stairs or something.
All right, let's go.
Let me find some dramatic music real quick as a horde of drones, security drones, are pinpointing your location.
Son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch.
Just for clarity's sake, were we supposed to be meeting someone here or just breaking into place?
We're supposed to come here and get attacked
Tell me
by
the ladder.
drones.
Tell me the ladder.
So your pilot, rest in peace, would have had a lot more information and would be able to get you into a lot of places. However, they did not make it.
Okay, so we weren't planning on meeting people. We were just planning on accessing this place.
Yeah, it's a rendezvous with your tech, essentially. Alright, let me stop this challenge real quick. No. Thank you.
After a second, I heard Halo.
It's like a roller coaster right now.
Yeah.
Dramatic. Kind of like godly. Dramatic again. Kind of calming.
Ghastly.
Ghastly.
Stop it. This is too testosterone. Let's try this. Oh god, I fucking hate ads.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, it was literally a raid ad, actually.
Oh my god.
Look, if you say there's an ad, there's a 50% chance it's Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, if you're a nerd, definitely.
25% NordVPN.
Yep. Then Honey.
And then Squarespace.
Oh. Curiosity
And
Stream.
horny signals.
How's that volume? Is that too loud for y'all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I might. I need a lower level.
I'm gonna step away for just a second. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll try to find some music that's not too loud while you're out. Let's go to the Goblinoid channel. I feel like Goblinoid just like gets me. Like I feel like whoever this person is, they grew up in a similar community, and
You might. What kind of feel are you going for?
you're being hunted by like drones. Intersect force.
Derelict is very unnerving, but it gets like really intense towards the end.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. It's very like whoa, 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 whoa. So you'll see.
That feels right.
How's this for y'all? Too loud?
Oh, hell yeah.
Back in the net.
All right.
I'm getting those Stranger Thing vibes.
One man.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drone.
Yeah.
The drones are no longer hiding their presence, but you can hear them as their fans are kicking on and they're starting to fly over. It's almost silent. Actually, it's completely silent. They're firing lasers. Burn holes start to appear in the walls next to you. There's just a series of lasers starting to burn into the walls next to you. You look over, and any light that was kind of like shining in is completely obscured by a swarm of like 1 foot by like half-foot drones kind of honing in on your location. The last thing that Crow saw was that you guys need to go down. There is a service elevator. There is also a set of stairs. Which way are you going?
Elevator.
Let's take
Stairs.
the elevator.
Stairs.
Elevator.
Stairs.
Elevators are
Stairs.
faster.
Look, elevators are faster, but elevators break down. Stairs stay there.
Yeah, I'm still with
Stairs can be broken.
Chronic
Not
and
the
Clint,
way an elevator can.
Chronic and Clint, you two naturally are drawn to the stairs, and a cloud of drones kind of separates you from the rest of the party that just gets to an elevator that opens up.
Drones take stairs.
Who's taking stairs? Clint and Chronic.
Elevator.
All right. Clint and Chronic, you start descending those stairs.
I like what I wouldn't give someone's worth right now.
Thankfully, it's not too many.
No, never had any.
Not too many of the drones pursue Clint and Chronic. Only about 50 start heading in your direction. The other 300 or so start heading towards Zizix, Crow, Osprey, and Anna as they board the elevator.
You didn't roll initiative yet, right?
That's a good point. Let's hop into initiative.